I asked my subscribers what I should make a video about, and JDog1692 asked, can you make a video on long distance relationships? I'm actually surprised I haven't made a video about this already, considering the type of videos I tend to make. Anyway, this is going to be another one of those videos where I speculate rather than speak from experience, because I've never really been in a real long distance relationship before. The closest thing I've ever had to that was with someone who lived about an hour away from me, which if you have a car isn't really that bad at all. And it kind of wasn't really that legit of a relationship anyway. But there are people who get in relationships with people who live in different states and sometimes even different countries, which is like, what? And then there are people who have relationships that exist solely on the internet, which I guess is okay. Just make sure you don't get catfish mantateo. Now, I think whether or not such a relationship can work depends entirely on the people involved. Like, for me personally, that's just not gonna cut it, and that's probably why I've never done it. Here's a janitor's secret. I'm a very affectionate person. I'm a big fan of the hugs and the kisses. And if I'm going to be romantically exclusive with a person, I'm gonna need me some hugs and some kisses. Now, not everyone is super affectionate. I know some people that dislike physical contact, which I don't understand, but you know, to each his own. But a person like that might be a little more capable of sustaining a long distance relationship. And I guess they'd have to find another person who is also like that. But there are so many ways to connect and stay in contact with people now. You have phone and text, and you have Facebook and Skype. You can basically do everything except physically touch through the internet. But my job here is to be real with you and bring you the truth. And the heart is very good at ignoring the truth and justifying bad decisions for the sake of love or whatever. Now, I could be mistaken, but from what I've noticed, it seems that younger people, like teenagers and early 20s, are much more likely to be involved in long distance relationships. And I think this is just because they have more time. Like us older people, we don't have time to be sitting around Skyping people every day. We're too busy, man. We gotta wake up early and shit. Basically, what we do is try to find other people to be busy with together. Now, I've said it before, but if you ask for my advice, I would say that you shouldn't date anybody until you're like 25, much less a long distance relationship. But nobody's gonna pay attention to that advice, so you have to just sit back and think about it and be honest with yourself. Because even though you can text and Skype to your heart's content, that is absolutely nothing compared to the feeling of actually being in the same room with the object of your admiration. It doesn't even come close, even if you're not touching. And if you think you're gonna spend the entire relationship disappointed because you long for that connection, which you probably are because human beings usually want that, you know it's not gonna be fun. Why would you put yourself through that? People do a lot of emotionally masochistic shit for the sake of love, and I'm just not into that. I've had crushes on people that lived very far away, and even that sucked. We weren't even together. So I can't even imagine how much worse it is when you're actually dating. If you're considering getting involved in a long distance relationships, I think you should take the time to fully weigh out the pros and the cons. The thing that people often don't realize is that relationships are hard. It's not just like, hey, we're booed up now, everything's gonna be perfect. Relationships take effort and planning and thinking and sacrifice. And long distance relationships are twice as hard. So give it some real thought. Think about it deeply and then sleep on it and then think about it some more. Now, I'm not the type of person that's gonna make a blanket statement and like, this will never work, because you never know what people are capable of. But I will admit that I do not recommend a long distance relationship. And I'm not even gonna get into the whole cheating thing, because people bring that up a lot when you talk about long distance relationships. I'm going to assume that since you're in a relationship with someone that you've agreed to trust them. And if you haven't, shouldn't be dating them. Period. Because cheating has always been weird to me. I don't give a fuck if your significant other lives in Antarctica. If you're the type of person who's likely to cheat, then you've got bigger problems than this video is intending to address. You need to GTFO. Now, if you're already in a long distance relationship and you're not sure about it, well, the same thing kind of applies. Are you perpetually sad because you never get to see your sweetheart in person? I don't know if you know this, but relationships are not supposed to make you sad. And if they do, either somebody's doing something wrong or that relationship shouldn't be happening. That's just me though. What should the next video be about? Drop a comment, press the like button, subscribe if you like my hair, holla.